Magdalena Murguia. If you are here to listen to her story for U-Turn, Magdalena is happy to say she made the drive to San Diego and back with only 2 small moments of panic. If you did, please welcome to the stage Magdalena.
F word, F word, F word, F word. Now, as an English as a second language teacher, as a writer, as a person who has said that if I were granted immortality, my biggest goal would be to learn every language in the world, I am asking you to please bear with me as I have a moment and nerd out over the letter F. Phonetically speaking, the F sound is a voiceless labiodental fricative. Thank you. Thank you for the lesson. It is produced by creating friction between the lower lip, labio, and your upper teeth, dental, without causing your vocal cords to vibrate. That friction to make the F sound can be so satisfying when saying what I feel confident is the first word that pops up in your head when you hear F word. Let's compare the satisfaction between just a plain old fuck versus fuck. Like when you stub your toe on the corner of your kitchen table, that drawn out fricative in the beginning is just, right? I looked at the prompt for this month and I kept staring at the subheader of, what's your favorite? I felt like I was breaking the rule here, but I decided I do not want to talk about my favorite F word. I actually want to talk about the F word that I decided I want to eliminate from my vocabulary. It is an F word that I realize has caused me so much anxiety, so much doubt in myself, and has made me choose others' comfort over my own time and time again. And I am positive I am not the only one to feel this way. The first time that I really pondered this particular word, I was in 5th grade at a Target for back-to-school shopping. My mom had seen a pair of capris a few days before, and she had it set in her mind that I would love these capris. And she wanted to buy them for me because she was convinced I would love them just as much as she did. So it was my mom, my tia, my grandma, and I driving off to Target to do a shopping spree and to see these much talked about capris that had my mom all giddy. We get to the section within the children's section that is for that awkward age that you're still a child, but you're also quickly growing. And even though I ended up staying a whopping 5'3", I at one point was the second tallest student in the classroom, I swear. Everything looks too childish, but you're still not big enough to explore that junior section. My mom beamed as she found these capris and held them up like a prized trophy. Oh my goddess. I wouldn't say they were necessarily ugly, but I immediately knew that it just wasn't in my taste. They were a sky blue cargo capri that was also a windbreaker. And they had the little drawstrings around the cuff to tighten them that hung too low for my liking. It was like 3 inches. I knew that those drawstrings would be brushing against my calves and drive me insane. And that windbreaker material, that noise as I'd run, as I'd sit down, as I'd brush against anything, I knew it would be just as bad as nails to a chalkboard. But my mom continued to hold up her prize. Mira, qué bonitos, look at them. Aren't they so cute? Let's see what shirt we can find you. I want it to be an outfit. Then you can try it on. Do you like it? Is the question I was dreading to answer as soon as I laid eyes on these cotton candy blue capris. As a kid, a lot of adults described me as quiet, agreeable, does what needs to be done, responsible, never a problem. I was the complete opposite of my cousin, who was the same age as me, whom my family was convinced from a young age that she was going to be a lawyer because of how opinionated and argumentative she was practically from the moment she began speaking. I knew that I needed to be honest and voice my opinion about these capris. I shook my head and, treading waters that I haven't before, meekly said, I don't like them. My mom made a cara de fuchi. She did not like my answer. I'd say that around this time, my mom was slowly realizing that I was not quite like her. She was delicate, feminine, sang along to love ballads and Pedro Infante, and was raised as a good Catholic girl. I, on the other hand, loved listening to my dad's Iron Maiden, AC/DC, and Scorpions vinyls, picking up bugs and lizards, had just recently discovered nu metal as I secretly watched MTV, had been kicked out of a catechism youth group for being disruptive, meaning I just asked why dinosaurs weren't in the Bible. I just wanted to know. That's not disruptive at all. I just wanted to know. And I was dealing with the fact that I had a crush on Michael Myers. Yes, the psychopathic serial killer from the Halloween movies. Me saying that I did not like these blue capris, I think it was, to my mother, sealing the deal that I was not like her. She made her fuchi face and said the F word that I have been putting off saying so far. Well, in Spanish, it's actually not an F word. It was a B word. She decided to no longer look at me as she hung the capris back on the rack and said, bueno. Spanish speakers, you know what F word I just said? Yeah. Fine. Fine. Such a confusing way to use this word. It is meant to mean something good, high quality, pleasing, like, ma, this is a fine one. Or, damn, you fine. But not in this case. I froze there because I was replaying the way it was said to me. The roll of the eyes, the frustration, disappointment, the word fine, which I was used to meaning something that was good. But this time it was not. It was insincere. It was displeasing. It did not mean what it was supposed to mean. And now realizing that I do have some sort of undiagnosed neurodivergency, my brain felt broken at that moment. My couple of minutes of back-to-school shopping was officially over. But my mom and grandma were going to look around for clothes to send to my many other cousins back in Mexico. It might be wrong to assume, but I felt as if my mom wanted to use the adjective grateful to describe my cousins. I followed my mom and grandma a few feet behind because I knew that I had upset my mother. She didn't look at me the rest of the time at Target, and I continued to replay the way she said fine to me over and over in my head. I did not like that conflicting message. I did not like that I knew what that word meant, but the way it was said was the opposite of its meaning. I pondered, why would she say that word, but her physical motion signaled something different? So I had learned that people would often say the word fine in situations that they actually were not okay with. And unfortunately, I began to copy that. Except I tried very hard to make sure that my face did not say what I actually meant. I learned to say fine with a nod, a smile, and with utmost eagerness. Just like that popular Casey Green meme, the one with the little happy yellow dog sipping a cup of coffee, the house behind him on fire saying, this is fine. Fine only made me look more agreeable, compliant, non-disruptive, reliable, responsible, submissive, a people-pleasing pushover. It's fine is why I did not say anything when at my first job at a department store that no longer exists, I was told to use my employee discount to buy a push-up bra to convince more men to sign up for the store's credit card. I have AA cups. I don't know how much pushing I can do. They don't take up much real estate. It's fine is why I did not say anything when my first high school boyfriend would purposefully leave his class early so that he would be waiting right in front of mine and always keep an eye on where I was going and who I was with. It's fine is why I never got to go prom dress shopping, both junior and senior year, because my mom had already done the shopping for me and got the dresses super discounted along with additional coupons. They were very pretty dresses, but I did not get to experience that high school movie montage for myself. It's fine is why I ended up buying the house with a big backyard for all of the family carne asadas instead of the indoor jacuzzi tub and the additional office room when it was my money buying the house. We only had one carne asada before I kicked them out. And here I am, still without my jacuzzi tub. I love my house, but fuck, do I regret not getting that jacuzzi tub. It's fine is why I was only a girlfriend for 9 years, waiting on a ring that would never be on my finger, waiting for the moment to make up for the prom dress shopping and do my wedding dress shopping. I'm glad that my life went the other direction, but I wasted so much time and potential. It's fine is why I put my body at risk and lost the 2 pregnancies, because at that time I believed that having children was something I was supposed to do. It's fine is why I stretched myself so thin to be there for everybody else that for a time, I forgot what it was like to be just myself. It's fine is why when I got really ill with a kidney disease that I still have to be watchful for to this day, and was prescribed a lovely little cocktail of several medications, along with having to take a year off of the university to recover and get used to a new life, I eventually began to take an extra oxycodone or 2 because why not? It's fine. It'll be fine. It's fine is why I continue to see a therapist to unravel this stupid knot in my brain that I have created and put an end to these unhealthy patterns. It's fine is not fine. I know I deserve better than it's fine. We deserve better than it's fine. It's fine is why I never want to say it's fine ever again.